Stagmotta done did it again.
What's up, Stagmotta? How you doing, bro?
Chilling, playing, playboy.
All right, it's good to see you.
Right.
Well, I want to thank you for coming down here the quick one time.
Yada that.
You know, we talking about the legends. We talking about pretty much music history in East Palo Alto, Menlo Park areas. So we're here to get your personal views, things you remember, people you remember, places you've been to around East Palo Alto, East Menlo Park, the whole Wider Braid area also.
Okay.
But I want to start out. If you can introduce yourself for everybody who does not know, as if we're just meeting right now today. Who are you? What are you about?
All right. My name is Stagmotta.com. I'm from East Palo Alto, Menlo Park, California.
What part of California is that?
The Bay Area.
Okay.
Straight up. The dirty water. The last city by the dirty water. I am a hip hop and R&B music producer. I shoot and edit videos as well. I've been doing it for about, I don't know, 10 years or so, maybe a little more.
Okay. 10 years, huh?
About that.
Interviewed a couple people in regards to the documentary, and for some reason people are really interested. Being honest, for me thinking back, your name has came up a couple times as people wanted to hear what route you took to the game. So can you tell me, when was the first time you ever had an attraction to music? What is your earliest memory about music, and where was it? Was it local? Was it on the radio? What was it?
My first recollection of me being attracted to music was probably 6 years old, 6 or 7, 8, somewhere around there. My great-grandmother used to have a pianist come to our house on the weekends. And when he used to leave, I used to write on the keyboard or put sticky things on the keys to see where he played. And when nobody was home, I used to try to play with the piano. Well, when they weren't in the room, there was somebody always home. But to this day, it was my mom's piano, and we still have it in the living room.
6 years old, and you still have it?
We still got it right now.
Okay. Were there any influential people in your family? Or uncles or anything, neighbors?
Yes, my uncle, on my dad's side, he was a DJ in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s-ish, somewhere around there. And then on my mom's side, she got a half-brother. His name is Kevin from Frisco, Filmo. He used to play keyboard. He used to play at a nightclub. He was a pianist. He played keyboard for a church and for a nightclub. My mom's brother, he was a keyboardist. And they had another brother who was a nightclub DJ.
Nightclub DJ.
Yep.
Do you know a nightclub?
No, somewhere downtown San Francisco.
Okay.
I was a little baby kid, whatnot, and he was already into the clubs, and we used to go visit my grandfather, and I used to listen to what he had going.
Right.
And then he used to play piano in front of me, and I was amazed.
Okay.
Kevin, his name is Kevin.
Okay, Kevin.
An uncle named Kevin and an uncle named Pooh out of Frisco.
What part?
Fillmore.
What age was the first time you realized that there was an actual music scene? Maybe you saw an artist around town, maybe a singer, maybe a musician around town. You realized, wow, there's
around town?
Right, around there's this music element here.
Oh, Prozac.
And who was it? Was Prozac?
Yeah, he probably was one of the earlier acts I remember.
Okay. What was he doing at the time?
It was different. It was Captain Crunch. It was hip hop.
Okay.
I don't think it was rap, hardcore rap. It was hip hop.
It wasn't gangster rap yet.
No, he was before that. He was probably one of the first people from East Palo Alto to be like on a BET or go out there and do a little something.
Mainstream type rap. Okay.
From what I remember, I know there's others, but that's just my recollection.
Right. Okay. So one of your earliest memories of a music singer was rap music of a local talent, and it was Prozac, who was at the time Captain Crunch. What was their group?
Rated X.
Around what era was
This was early 90s.
this? Early 90s. Okay, gotcha. When they were going hard.
Yep, late 80s, early 90s. We was
Gotcha.
little kids. We was like, nigga,
Right.
kids.
Right. You were able to see that you realized, well, this could be an actual business.
They probably didn't tell me, but I saw it. Chunk, Sean T, and Prozac, because they were active and they were doing stuff at the time. Like when I first was started with the groups. I was just doing it for music, but when I started seeing Chunk and Sean T and my boy Cedar Johnson, woo, Cedar, he had a drum machine.
What kind of drum machine?
I don't remember, like a Yamaha X5 or something like that. He had a drum machine and a keyboard, and he sampled something, and I was like, ooh, I liked it. It was hard. So I remember the keyboard was an SK1. I remember for sure.
Okay.
And I remember me going to school, and the boy Sean T, he had an SK5. I remember I went to his house one day. I was like, oh, you got studio stuff too? Oh, nigga, look what you got. And he pushed the button, and his went longer than mine. I was like, oh man, you got the good one.
Right.
And I just knew they was getting a little money here and there. I'm like, oh man, this could be it. They can make more money than a regular job.
What was the first project that you were involved in?
First project. The first project was YGB. It was members that became Never Legal and then became Hood Stars. So the Hood Stars started at my house.
Okay.
Started in the garage. Severe Lemon Honey. I was a DJ / make the beats DJ /
Okay. Production.
production. Yeah.
Were you rapping any?
No.
Okay.
I probably was trying to, but I was too shy, so I just like, nah, I like making the beats.
Right.
I was cool at it.
Okay, now we're going to your first group.
Uh-huh.
Explain this to me.
First group was YGB.
YGB, what that stand for?
Young, Gifted, and Black.
Young, Gifted, and Black.
I was in YGB with Band-Aid, Palo, Money Mark, Alex Good, Scoop Dog. That's what was our first group. That consisted of Band-Aid of the Hood Stars, Scoop Dog of the Hood Stars. Around the time that Totally Insane was about to come out or just came out, and the producer, Mike D. The manager, one was Chris Washington, and Totally Insane's overseer was Mike Washington. They were brothers, and they both had two groups. Chris Washington, neighborhood, financial
Right.
financer, and then Mike D was Totally Insane. So
Who's in Totally Insane?
Totally Insane is Ad Capone and $10.
Ad Capone and $10.
Yep, that is Totally Insane. But Scoop Dogg was a part of Totally Insane at
That's
one
right.
point.
That's right, he was.
And TC. C-Dub was my producer. Mike D was Totally Insane's producer.
So these guys, were they actually producing, or were they like the executive producers?
Executive. They just money men, and they pay for studio time, pay for clothes, pay for transportation. Let us rock their cars or whatnot to go to the show.
Show some OGs.
Yep. And we all had Letterman jackets and hats, and we were mostly just doing talent shows around East Palo Alto, Menlo Park area, Cubberley High School. We did the Boys and Girls Club, Menlo Park, and some Juneteenth festivals.
Okay.
We was called YGB. Same time we were neck and neck. Chris kind of fell back off the music. Mike D kept going, and then Mike D passed. Manny Black picked it up, and they took over Totally Insane.
Wow.
That's what I believe. I'm not positive, but I believe that's the story.
Oh, okay.
And Mike D kept with Totally Insane, and they kept going, and we did other things.
Did anything come from that financially, or was it just something you were doing for fun?
Financially, I don't think that it profited. I mean, we made songs, but I don't think they were put out like they were supposed to be. You know, we were new to it. So was the producers, the execs. I think a little bit after that, I was so determined to, because I didn't have no studio equipment. I was determined to, you know, make music as more than a hobby. So I went out and I stole some equipment.
But how old were you then?
Like 14.
14 years old. You were already in it. You was like, man, this is what I want to do.
This is what I want to do. I went to one of these stores and I grabbed me a keyboard and I said, man, I'm going to walk out. I told myself, self, you can walk out of here, and if they chase you, you're going to do whatever you got to do to get away. And I walked out and there ain't nobody touched me. I caught the bus and walked out of the store.
Where was
with
this
a brand
at,
new
young
keyboard.
man?
I want to tell you where it was at.
Well, I mean, you know, this is statute of limitations. Being a deaf man. That was at Jill's Music in Redwood City.
Yeah. I was digging. And after that, I stole equipment from somewhere, and I had a studio.
You were determined, bro. You already were hearing, like, you know, your freaking music played locally around the town. It's already coming out. How'd that make you feel?
I was like, man, if I keep this up, man, this is gonna be my job. This is what I wanted to do. After YGB, I really didn't do nothing for some years. I was just making beats and just selling them to, you know, locals. Chunk for Hood Stars. Well, it was never legal then.
Band-Aid was running Lawless?
I believe so.
Okay.
Heard it. I believe he was running, I think that was his company, I'm sure.
Okay. Well, who were some of the other artists around here that was doing their own thing, separate from the group you were with around that time? That comes to mind.
At the time, of course, Sean T, Prozac, Hood Stars. Well, it wasn't Hood Stars yet, it was Chunk. He was still blasting out music products. Sick and Saint Stem Criminals, I think they were still around a little bit, or they might have split up, but their name was still ringing a little bit. Man, there's so many people, I can't just pop off the head, but it's
a lot of people. Okay, so it was really popping around here.
After YGB, it was the new Bobolation is it was with Chunk, Toba, a dude named Mr. Kizzo, and it was basically a compilation of us featuring a lot of artists in the Bay Area and some Sacramento artists as well. Hollow Tip, Mike C. They did some things with the Outlaws. Man, I don't know. I can't be specific because it's a lot.
A plethora.
Right. And then Never Legal came along.
Okay.
After Never Legal came along, I was making a couple beats for them. Lyrical Warfare is one of the standout ones. A few other people.
Hood Stars at that time was
really
Never Legal?
Come out.
Was this the same label, Hood Stars and Never Legal?
Hood Stars and Never Legal, Lawless. But the first time I heard anything that I did come out of the studio and play in somebody's car, it was my cousin Demo. He had a Cutlass, and he was coming through with 415s. Demo, and he was playing that Lyrical Warfare. I said, wow, who was that? It was slapping. Now, I knew they was putting it out, but I didn't know it was out. I just knew it was in development, and then it was like, I was cutting school. I didn't go to school that day or something, and I heard, I thought I was dreaming. And then it started getting louder and louder, and I was just, I was like, man, somebody playing it. And I heard Demo come from way down the street. So when I got up, ran to the window so I could see who was passing my house.
No. What was the culture like around here at that time?
Oh, culture was murder, a lot of drug selling and murder. There was a lot of people I knew passed away. You know, a lot of peers that I went to school with, and a lot of peers that I went to school with got rich too as youngsters, but before the age of 25 already had 50, 20, 30, 40, 50, $60,000 cash.
Right.
You know, that's the era that, you know, everybody was selling drugs or Uh, pretty much that was the thing. Drugs and killing.
Drugs and killing.
Yep.
For real, huh? Damn. That's hard to hear, bro. That's the harsh reality.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
If they say people like us don't get PTS, that's not true. Cause man,
Who said that?
no, I hear people saying if you haven't really been to war, you don't
An
really
idiot.
have the effect. But
An idiot.
bruh,
Whoever said that's an idiot.
we
It's
in the
something called
trenches.
continual traumatic stress.
Right.
Well, that's where you see one partner get killed, then a couple weeks later or days later, one of your other partners get killed. Then a couple weeks or another day later, another one of your partners get killed,
Like
and it continue like that.
It sounds like real life around.
Right, that's continual traumatic stress. That's worse than at least post-traumatic. You get to leave from the scene.
Stuff happens, bro.
Yada da. All right, so it's real. It was real in the field around that time.
Yeah.
Very real. I believe it was a murder capital around that time, and definitely in the top 10.
What's up, bro? That's my partner, the ice cream man.
This is the streets, y'all, if you ain't knowing. This is the real streets, East Palo Alto, California. This right here is notorious. This street right here is notorious. What's this street right here?
Alberni.
It's definitely notorious. Notorious. You'll see it in plenty of videos. You go do your history, get back there and see some of the further back things. Stag been in there for a long time.
Yep.
A long time, a relic to us. You feel me?
Yeah, I was still DJ Stag Ali. I was that until maybe somewhere around the early 2000s when I tried to copyright the name somebody already had, Stag Ali. So I liked the movie Stagmotta. I liked that movie, and I kind of liked what it represents about the Christ being in people or whatnot, and you bleed from your hands without actually, whatever the fuck it was. Y'all go check it out. I mixed Stag Ali with Stagmotta because I felt if somebody got Stag Ali, I got to be real creative. So I kept Stag because everybody on the street called me Stag. And I just changed the Stag Ali to Stagmotta. And then I copyrighted that. Nobody had it. And I've been rocking ever since. I mean, some people still call me that. They don't, they ain't really knowing. But I had to change it because somebody else had it. But where did I go with Stag Ali? Money Quest was probably like from guesstimation from 2000 to probably 2007.
2000 to 2007, 7 good years.
Yeah.
That's
probably 90, maybe 98. Oh, maybe 98 to 2007. 2008.
Who are you working with over there at Money Quest?
Oh, Money Quest, Money Marv, Cheney, Ronson. The groups we had were Tax Free, Joey and J-Rock. We had Leo Getz. We had Smooth J.
Smooth J, I'm with Smooth J.
I shot a few videos there, and then we had other artists, come here and there that I just probably make beats and record for. We had Real, he's an R&B singer. Unfortunately, he's doing a lot of time, probably all the time, that he's probably over. But yeah, he was a real good artist. He was an R&B singer from Texas that moved to San Jose.
What were some of the events that East Palo Alto had at that time where people would come out and kind of floss their...
They had the Juneteenth events. They had a lot of talent shows. We've, through the Money Quest, was throwing talent shows.
Where were some of the spots at the talent shows?
Onetta Harris, Onetta Harris Center in Menlo Park,
right.
Cumberly High School, Palo Alto, University Park. It's been a few. Previous to that, I have worked with Snooty Fox Entertainment, my nigga Tommy Gunn.
Okay.
Right, that was right after Money Quest, and I did that for a few years. And while I was doing that, I didn't work with too many artists. Just
who else was on the Snooty Fox?
Snooty Fox, they didn't have any. The only artist was Chunk.
Chunk was the only artist on the Snooty Fox?
Yeah. Well, only the artist that was making some type of noise.
Okay. What was the day-to-day program there?
Day-to-day program, wake up, get breakfast. At that time, studio was cool, but I also had, how do you say, I had women of pleasure that didn't want me to have regular jobs. So
Oh, they was trying to get you to pimp, huh?
they wasn't trying to get me, dude.
They
I didn't work, nigga.
When was the first time that you were able to branch out of East Palo Alto, East Menlo Park area, and get involved with what other artists may have had going as far as a collaboration, probably a production for someone else, not from this area?
With people outside of our community. I think I worked with a couple of San Jose cats, a couple of San Francisco cats. Quinn, I worked with him early when I was younger, and then throughout the years we had a good, cool relationship. Actually, good friends with his older brother, Shake. That's how I met him because his sister moved on my street, and then I told him that I knew his brother, and then we was cool.
Off top, off top.
After that, let's see. Damn. Out of the area. Oh man. I think when I first started branching out like bigger, I think it was the Jacka.
The Jacka.
Yeah.
Was he one of the first?
He was one of the.
That's a pretty big one of the first. You know what I'm saying? That's a nice step out the gate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Outside of our East Palo Alto thing, and then that opened the doors to like Mitchie Slick to Filthy Rich to
Filthy Rich is hot right now.
Right.
Filthy Rich is doing his goddamn thing right now. When did you first introduce to Filthy Rich, and was he the Filthy we know of right now? Was it the same go? Who was he with the same people? What was this like?
I think he was. I'm pretty sure he's always been FOD, but I think he was affiliated with Livewire back at that time because he had a lot of songs with a lot of Livewire guys, and I don't know. I met him through. We was with 17 Hertz. There was a studio we used to go to. Big Ridge. I don't know. A lot of people came through 17 Hertz.
So what's the first time you went up to 17 and Hertz? You went with who?
Went with Band-Aid and Scoop.
And it's the motherfucking Tonight Show with your boys, Band-Aid and Scoop, the motherfucking hood stars. And we back.
That's cool. What y'all had, a project? Or you was just hanging out?
Nah, I think I had gave them some beats, and then it was time to record the song, and they wanted the broke down file, so I was like, man, I'm going with y'all. So we went up to the lab and we got it in.
Okay.
They introduced me to a lot of people, and I went up there with the Hood Stars first, and then networked with a lot of artists that came through there. Like, man, there's so many artists I don't even know. Going there, you see all kind of people, like everybody. 840, Selsky, Quinn, fucking, the Livewire guys, everybody who was trying to do something. 17 Hertz had a lot of people. The Bay, if you didn't go to 17 Hertz, man, it's a lot of studios in the Bay, but 17 Hertz was one of just places that I know I met a lot of people.
Okay. And around what time was that, Stag?
2007-ish, 7, 8, 9, 10, somewhere around there.
Right. As I recall, that definitely was the place to be. I recall, yeah, like you said, Selsky, it'd be, I remember that's where Big Steph had it in the morning. That's when they were starting 454. Of course, you just mentioned from San Jose here, Tracks a Million. I remember he used to come in
definitely.
there. You know, a lot of people, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I got one of my favorite tracks done in there. I had to get some shit done. You feel me? That's where it was at.
Nick, no.
What was going on in East Palo Alto, the neighborhood, the local scene? Who were the people on the hip hop local scene? And what was going on?
Hood Stars was popping. It was with the little hyphy movement. I believe, I mean, there's a couple of other groups I don't know right offhand, but there was a lot of killing going on, a lot of raids, a lot of police, FBI's, and going flying around town and shit like that.
Right.
Unfortunately, I got caught in one of those.
Okay, which one?
A few years later, I got caught in the second Taliban raid, or I don't know what they called it. It wasn't the sunny day. It was another raid after that. Pimpy G up in the party with the pills in me. Whoa, that's a cold line.
You made this?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Rich Twin and Stagmotta.
Oh, you on here?
No, I'm on the beat.
Okay, yeah, that is a collaboration.
You giving your money to, man, just make sure they taking care of you and making sure everything is good. Like your personal situation, your health, you know, if you got family, making sure they, you know, you keep in contact with your family every once in a while, or, you know, when it's time to have family time or whatnot. And at the end of the day, 25 hours a week, get the money.
25 hours, 8 days a week.
Get the money.
Get that paper. What was the name you ran with back then? Was it Stagmotta then? DJ Stag. So you was good on the turntables?
I used to, turntables, yeah, I used to be a DJ before I made beats.